Osio Tohijan, Soki Indian. Hey, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell so you get notification of new videos, and go ahead and leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about it. What do? Here we go. It's a cat scratcher Cottage. Pretty big one here. We're going to unbox it, put it together, and see what we think about it. Picked this up off of Amazon. It was they had the best price. Got a little discount and everything. Coupon. All right. So instructions. We should have 4 of these. They're all the same length. Looks like. Yeah, it should be just 4 all the same length, but it looks like we have 5. So nope. These are shorter. Yeah, 4 of them the same length, so these are going to be the A's. Let's see. So I need a base. It's going to be the G. So we got a tube here. Nice little, has a pocket here you sit on the side. Kind of cute. I liked it because it had this hammock also to it. Goes under. Set that aside. Got some little supports. Some have scratchers on them, some don't. Got to have the little place where a kitty can get up into. Here's all our hardware here. Comes with its Allen wrench and everything. So it should have everything you need to assemble it, let's hope. But yeah, it's got this little kitty house there. Another post there, different size, with scratcher on there. Alright, now we're getting down to the bases. So from the picture, it looks like this is going to be the very top. So I'm going to set that aside over here. Right. So we've got one of the sides here. It looks like a little bit of support. Set that aside. Another support. Big old base. Let's see. It's not numbered or anything. So on the pictures here, it has a G. So I was hoping these would have, you know, the number or letter or anything on them to indicate which it is, but it doesn't. So that's kind of disappointing. But you can go through the pictures. So like this one has a hole, so on the picture you can see where that one goes. And I'm going to guess this is the base, the very last piece here, because on this one it has the, right there it says Go Pet Club. So got a little end screwed in that's not, that screw's not even in there. It looks like they stripped that one out. So that thing's going to come off kind of easy. One of the screws not even attached. That's kind of disconcerting, but so this should be the base. So with the base, and again, it don't have, yeah, it don't have anywhere on there which one this is. Just talks about the 40 CRF part 7070. So yep, that's probably gonna be the base. So we're gonna need 3 of these A's, which I said before. There's 4 of them the same length, so all it needs 3 of them. So we'll take 3 of those, same length. We're going to need our hammock. And so we're going to need one that has the hole in it. Right there, has that hole. This is all step 1. Got a lot going on this. So 4 to W, so I need to take this out of the package here. Make sure you have your Allen wrench there. So we have a pack here. See anything on it? W4s. At least these the hardware is numbered and everything for you. Let's see what we got here. We got a couple of brackets. Nope, dropped something there. We have a bolt by itself, but again, it's W3, so it's a good thing. I like that. I like having those numbered. W16, the brackets. We got a W7. That was a double threaded studs there. What else we got here? We got some eye bolts. They're W17. What pack do we have here? It's like a W9. 4 little bolts there. And W1. 1 bolt by itself. Alright, so this beginning one I'm going to need W4. I'm going to write this pack as W4 here with a bunch of bolts in it. And W17, if I remember right, those were all threads. W7 or 17? Oh, that's W7. Okay, that don't make a whole lot of sense. W17 eye bolts. Alright, so what we're going to do, I'll set that one aside. Set that aside. So first of all, we're going to take these and mount them up. We get the W4s out. So W4 looks to be 3 different ones. There's going to be 2. So we got a single here on this side, and then 2 holes on this side. So we'll take the single. Put these aside here so I don't dump them everywhere. Make sure I don't lose the Allen wrench. Alright, as you can see, there's 2 holes here, 1 here. We're going to take one of the bolts, W4, put it through. And take this, set it on top, and actually screw it on a little bit there. We're going to wait to go down and tighten them up. Alright, grab another W4. Another one of the A's. Put the bolt through. Once the bolt's through, set that on top and start screwing it. Now as you can see, I'm just holding the bolt still. Doesn't take a whole lot of pressure. Make sure you line it up right. If it's not screwing on easy, that means you have a cross thread. You don't want to keep forcing it. Alright. Grab another W4. Again, bolt through. Take the leg, which will be a A. Start screwing it on. Alright, now we got the base. Again, I can go back and tighten them up here in a minute. Now that we have the base, what's going up on here is this one with the hole. Oh, here it is. This topper with the hole. We look, there's 2 holes here, 1 there. So that means it'll go this way on top. But we also got to attach this with the W17s. So we're going to flip this over. This base with the hole, flip it over, and we're going to put these, let's see, where are they going? Alright, so there's already some, yep, you screw it right down in there. Now, you gotta be careful because it's going to poke through. They are having threaded and everything. You can feel a metal stud in there that you're screwing into. But it goes all the way through. So you don't want to tighten this up too much, because if you do, it's going to poke through that top there. It's going to hurt your kitty. You don't want that. Go ahead and get all these in. Make sure it doesn't go all the way through. Now the hammock on there will have the force of the hammock holding it down. And with the ropes going around these hooks, it's going to be very likely that it'll unscrew all the way out. So you don't screw it down to where it gets tight. You can screw it to where you can feel feel them starting to poke through. You don't want them going all the way through fur on the other end, because that could wear down and get something that hurts your kitty. You don't want that. Alright, so your hammock, they're going to hook onto this like that. Oh, I'm going to have to turn this over and make it work a little better. Set it here. Kind of got you at the wrong angle, but I'll show you here in a sec. After you hang them all up, make sure the hooks are going the right way. Alright. Okay. Now you can see right here. Should be able to see it. So I got all the hooks pointing out so that when it's hooked on there, it's pulling them back in and everything. So it's harder for it to pop off. And what do you know? One popped off after I said that. But so the kitty will be able to get up in there and it won't pop off as easy. So our next step is a W4, which would be this bolt, goes through the single, not the double, but through the single. The double's going to be left open for right now. So I take this, put it through, line it up with this single, tighten it down. At this point I'm going to tighten this down and then tighten the bottom before we move on to step 2. If it gets too big for me to flip over and tighten up, that's going to be hard. It's hard to do. And I'm doing it on top of the box so you can see it a little better and better view. Plus I don't have to bend over and strain my back while I'm doing it. So always have you a nice working surface so you don't have to strain. It's the worst thing you want to do after you get done with the project, be hurting. You can't enjoy anything then. Alright. Now we have this base. Get the instructions here. Step 2 will be A, which is the same size as the bottom. Remember we had that extra one. And we have a B, which is going to be one of these smaller ones. Now, this is where I wish they'd have them marked for you, but I'm not seeing a mark. So I'm thinking this is B and this is C, because it tells you what length they are. So it's 3 inches in diameter by 11.8 inches. So that's about a foot long right there, and 7.7 with the rack. So there's also a 7.7 without. So that's definitely a C. That'll be a B. And the one that's just shorter is going to be a 17.7, because this is 19.7. So this one's going to be an E. So this is definitely B right here. If they don't mark it, you have to go through the list there and see which one it is. Hopefully that's focusing in just right. You can see that. So going with B and A. Those are going to be on the double side. This will be back left, front, and then we get to put the little cat tree up there, or little tower, little house they got going on. This is that little house. All right. So we're going with the W3. W3, single guy here. This W3 is going to go through this, through the bottom, into this little stud area right here, just back behind where the pole actually is. Allen wrench. Then we got to figure out which way we want this little house pointing. Let's point it out a little bit toward the front. which I think I'm gonna make this side. Yeah, because that's gonna be hanging out. The little kitty thing's gonna be hanging out there, and I want that toward the front so I can see. So I'm gonna make this thing point out that way. That's gonna be the front of it. So I want to make sure I can watch my kitty whenever she's inside there. Tighten that down. Remember, don't over tighten it. We have other stuff on top here, so it don't have to be too tight. All right. We got let's see, W7. So I missed the W7 on the last one. W7 is going to go through here and into the one below it. Screw that down. So these W7s are double studded, or double threaded on each end. Studs that's going to be the top one to screw onto also. That way they can screw together. Tighten up. Now, let's put this one on here. Once one of them hits that little spot right here that's not threaded, it'll stop and then the other one can go. Now, if this one sticks over, can't get enough threads in the other one, that's why I threaded these down just a little bit before I started going. That way I know the bottom at least got some of the threads before I tighten it down. There we go. This one's turned. That way both of them have plenty of threads in them. You can tighten it down and lock it in. There we go. Alright, next. D, which is a small one here. Go up on here with the W4. Let's turn this way so you can see a little better. Different angle of it. Alright. On top there. Alright, next. Another W7, which are these double threaded ones. That'll go on top of here. Screw it in a little bit. Another W7 will go on top of this. And that's where this will come into play. Let's see which way we're going to put it here. So this bottom here looks like either way it goes, it's got all the stitching on the inside. So it really doesn't matter which one's top. No? Alright. It's a nice metal plate right here, boys. This thing's nice and sturdy. I was afraid it's going to be some flimsy fiberglass type stuff, but seems like it's made pretty good. And the other scratching post one, which will be the C. Hang that out there. Alright, then we get the other big top plate here. So again, you're going to have two holes, single. So that means they'll go on like this. Cat's already clawing at stuff back here. This is the kitty that's going to be playing with this slowly. I bet she's going to have a blast. Alright, back to what I was doing here. Sorry about that little distraction. Alright, a couple W4s. They're going to mount these two down. Stick that through on the top there. sure. Alright, I'll have to get this other top in here. Alright, we'll have to move you up a little bit so you can see the top of this thing now. Nope, can't forget the rope. We've got a rope that's going to mount underneath. A little mount spot right there. A little rope for her to swipe at. And look, she's already enjoying it. I thought she would like that part of it. Let's see. E. Should be this guy right here is going on that. I need to get that Allen wrench, tighten those two bolts up before I forget about them. Gotta make sure it's sturdy for the kitty. Gotta remember what I did with my Allen wrench. Nope, I was covering it up. Alright, tighten those up. Alright, looks like a W4 in this one. And it's going to mount this onto here. Now this is just held on by one W4. Yeah, there we go. Might be away from it a little bit, but at least you can see it all now. Alright, I'm going to tighten that up. A little wobbly there, so make sure that's nice and tight. That way it's not wobbly. There we go. That's better. Alright. We'll have a tube here. This bad boy with a W1. Pick up the rest of these. The W1 was at one by itself in the bag. And this is going to be mounted under. So there's a little hole inside of it. W1 barely sticks through there. Let's go mount it underneath. There we go. This is going to be stairs on the front. Like that. It's going to go like this. So there's a threaded spot up here. That's going to be the top. So we know that's the top of it. Make sure we match those up. Make sure they're right angle. Take our W4s here. What we're going to do is start putting the rungs on. Thread it in. Again, making sure that stud's on the inside. And thread it in. Put a couple in before I go tighten it up. We may put them all in, then we'll tighten them all. Again, going through. Last one, and I can tighten them all up. Get it nice and sturdy. Then we'll mount. So, I can tighten up. Tighten the opposite side of the top one. Make sure it's nice and tight. Remember, don't over tighten it. You don't want to strip any of them out. Tear it all up. And last one. We'll get this tight and then we'll put the brackets on. Alright, brackets call for, let's see. You know, I don't see where the step is that the brackets go on. Did I miss it somewhere? Brackets are W16. I'm looking through all the steps. I don't see anywhere. Oh, it's part of the little, up here in the little box tells you how to put this ladder together. It shows you putting the bracket 16s on there. With the bracket and 2 9s. So the bracket, 2 of these 9s, it's got brackets to the inside. Now you got a long hole and a little one. So the little one is going to be the one you're going to mount to here. Because reason being, you'll be able to slide it back and forth to where you want to mount it on onto the actual tree cottage. So we'll screw that in. And on the opposite side of the Allen wrench, it has a Phillips head. Real neat, one tool for everything. Don't know why they didn't put Allen heads on these screws, but that's the way they felt like doing it. Let's not tighten it down all the way, that way it can still rotate a little bit before you go to put it on. If you tighten it down all the way, it's going to be set in a certain angle. That may not be the angle you need when you go to put it on, then you'll be frustrated having to loosen it up a little bit and then find the spot. Alright. Now that we got it, the angle's going to be actually up like this. Let me get down here and find the spot. Yep, there it is. There's two studs up in there already. Screw those slots in the bracket. Bring it in for a little closer look. So here it is. You got your top part there, the little tube down to a platform. Got that hanging off there. Little thing to get into. The only thing, one thing I don't like is it's not padded in here. I wish they would have carried the padding all the way inside there. Got the little hanging rope, ladder. I do like the hammock. Nice little hanging hammock. That's cute. All the scratching spots I really like. Multiple spots for a scratch. So there it is. So I believe the best review is right here. Looks like the cat approves.